Hey guys, this is Atrophy here again. I know it's been, kind of took me a while to, maze. Well, I have to, finish off for the new mazes of Not Scary Farm's 40th Haunt. The next one I'm gonna do is, of course, The Evil Dead. Now, about 20 years ago, before I get into this, that 20 years ago, that the Timber Mountain Log Ride has been transformed into, scary attractions, of course, which the mountain was filled with monsters and scenes of the carnage that's going on in it, and terrorizing people. It's really scary because just like the LA Haunted Hayride or things like that, you're like you felt very very vulnerable as you're on the sitting in this open logs and with monsters that are attacking from every direction, and the scary thing is you can't even see the monsters because yes, there are some tunnels where some parts where it gets dark and it gets really intense. Um, but so during the recent years, it hasn't been nearly as scary. Um, Early in the year, I had heard that the ride wasn't getting a haunt layover, but at the end of the summer, there was a surprise announcement that Evil Dead was going to be themed for the log ride, and I was really excited when to see the Evil Dead being featured at Knott's, and I believe the log ride does have a perfect setting for this kind of theme, because to be honest with you, when you think about it, there isn't really that much environment you can do for a regular walk through a haunted attraction, because there's only the because think about it, there's the forest, which is of course the including the raving trees, and then of course the cabin itself. That's it. If you were to do a walkthrough on an attraction for Evil Dead, you will have to really think outside the box in order for it to work. Not probably not just replicate the environments, not just exactly from the movie, but also think outside the box with different rooms. Like I don't know, like whatever, like strobe or make it something to make it feel like you're actually into the mind to the crazy world of the Necronomicon or something. But to my disappointment, this ride ended up featuring not much in terms of a haunt layover. There was a slight increase in the number of monsters and just a few props here and there. Of course, the infamous Book of the Dead. Um, and of course, the management try to keep haunt from interfering in with the experience of. But but furthermore, I was a little disappointed that this ride wasn't really based on the classic Evil Dead movies, which I was really hoping for. But and instead it promoted the 2013 upcoming remake of Evil Dead, which for a little more disappointed. It really seemed it was a lot. I think this whole thing was last minute addition made to secure some sponsor dollars, I guess. I mean, but still, the log ride is a fun attraction, but don't expect it to be a an intense or elaborate haunt experience. So I recommend if you were to go to Knott's, I would recommend you go on first rides. You got to go in early, go on it early, because later in the evening the lines do get long. So yeah, that's my recommendation for you. Now the next one I'm gonna do is this one is the VIP maze called Trapped. This was Knott's very first, VIP upcharge maze and a complete departure from their standard, conga line maze format. Um, the maze costs about 60 people. For up to 6 people, no matter what, it's always 60. It requires a reservation in advance as well. When I arrived, we were asked to read and sign a waiver. After we signed, we were ushered into a holding room, which, we received more warnings from a, personable hostess. We really didn't, we really didn't know what to expect from this experience, which got me a little bit nervous. And and of course, I'm not actually going to tell you what goes on inside. But after all, if you're going to pay, $60, you should get the full experience and be surprised. Which of course, for next year, that's what they're going to do. They're going to have an all new, experience, and it's not going to be the same as this year. So keep an eye out for that. What I can tell you is that you have to solve puzzles in order to progress through the maze. There will be some uncomfortable experiences along the way. The actors inside are pretty much different from the actors in the regular maze. And they're playing, actual speaking roles. They're really great at improvising. And they do a great job of, staying in character as they interact with you. Now, when I look at the interactive element, it so reminded me of another haunt that is about 12 miles away from Knott's that actually, Trapped has the light on. It's, it's called Sinister Point, and it's pretty ironic because, one of the designers even admitted that Trapped, their VIP maze, had a bit of influence from Sinister Point. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool that they took inspiration from from Jeff and his crew to create this elaborate attraction. So that's pretty cool. I'll give him for that. So what else am I going to say? Oh yeah, and also back to the actors. They're there to help you figure out, what to do in order to move on to the next room. Some of the puzzles are harder to solve than others, but the whole experience takes about 15 minutes or 20 minutes to go through. Well, depends on how you handle with fear. Now let me be honest with you. It was just me and my girlfriend. It was our one time, and we went through it. And unfortunately, we didn't find it very scary because none of the things were working. Nothing was working, and but we thought it was a very fun experience. Maybe it could have been a bit longer, but luckily when we were invited from this girl named Jill Kill to join her for Trapped, along with her other friends as well. So we thought, yeah, it was pretty cool, and we went to the reservation time, and we went through, and it's actually a lot. It was so much better the second time that I went through it. And so my recommendation is go with 6 people. It was because the second time it was me and my girlfriend and Jill Kill and her other friends. It was all 6 of us, and that what made the whole experience great. And I believe this attraction was really meant for 6 people. So that's my recommendation to you. If you were to experience it, bring 6 people. You'll have a good experience you have. So I really applaud their innovation with this concept and really hope they bring it back this year, which of course they will. I just can't wait to see what they gonna have in store for this for the trap maze. So now I'll get to the returning mazes. Now that I got to the new mazes out of the way, let's get to the returning ones.